Just waiting for you guys to log on. I need my tripod because this is not working. I have no idea where I left it. I sent the boys to bed like 10-15 minutes ago and I can still hear them fooling around. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them walks out. Leia's back in her spot. She ate when I ended the live. She was crying. She had a bottle. She had a poop explosion. I had to bathe her, clean the mess. I had just washed the out of the baby Bjorn Bonser, and she had made a poopy explosion on that yesterday. Yeah. And I washed it. I put her there for like a minute today after her feeding, and she had another explosion. So I just finished rinsing that off. I had to feed the boys. They watched The Little Rascals for like the millionth time. Shower. They're in bed now. I feel like my days feel like an eternity, but at the same time I feel like I got nothing accomplished. But when I look back, I do a lot. I feel like a dishwasher. I have a dishwasher, but it's not working right now. I have to call the landlord and they have to come and fix it. But I'm constantly washing bottles, constantly washing dishes. It just never ends. And then people say that stay-at-home moms don't do anything. We do a lot. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Oscar. Congratulations on baby girl. My baby is 2 months old. I'm still adjusting to having 2 kids. It's a lot. It is a lot. But you'll get into a routine. As long as you start a routine with the baby, everything else just falls into place. I feel like the babies are the hardest ones because you can have like a routine set for the older one, but then babies, they will wake up whenever they feel like it. They will eat whenever they feel like it. Poop whenever they feel like it. So the older one, like, you can have like more of a set routine and then be a little more flexible if things don't always work out with the smaller one like you want it. Don't stress about it. But yeah. Should we wait a little longer and then I can go on and tell you my birth story? Stay-at-home moms are underappreciated. Yes, they are, Tabitha. Very much. Hit like button. I'm here, like, close to the wall because I'm charging my phone as I speak to you guys. Yes, it's a lack of sleep that's getting to me. That's normal. I saw this today and I've seen it so many times before. Just think of this as a season of your life. This is what I kept telling myself today. And what I tell myself, she's been amazing. But there have been like 1 or 2 nights where she's woken up a few times and I'm exhausted, and then I gotta get up at 7 in the morning to get the boys ready. But I keep telling myself, like, this is just a season of your life. You're gonna miss it later on. You're gonna miss them being that small and cute. It makes me want to cry just looking at her, and to think that one day she's gonna be big and I won't have her that tiny anymore, and She's my last baby, and I want to appreciate this as much as I can. So just try to soak it in, because it's 100% true what they say. They grow up fast, and you just want to enjoy your little ones. I definitely stressed out a lot with Noah. With Blake, I was a little more easygoing, but then I had like the whole breakup thing happening. So it was a bit stressful as well. Like 6 months and on, like it was just me by myself, and my kids are always sick because they go to daycare. So it was just me up at night with the boys. They were sick constantly, especially Blake. He wound up getting hand, foot, mouth disease, and like it was all over him. It was so bad. He had super bad eczema. They would just always have these coughs that wouldn't go away, and being single and being up all night by yourself, like it's tough. But now they're doing a lot better. They're older, they're independent. Like Blake is going to the bathroom by himself. He does need help every now and then, especially to turn on the light because he doesn't reach. But it's just, like I said, it's a season of your life. It's super tough. Try to sleep when the baby sleeps. Forget the dishes. Forget the laundry. It'll get done. And I know it feels like it piles up because I hate having a dirty kitchen. And every single night I'm there at like 11, 12 cleaning it, no matter what. But I'm trying to like be more present with her than I was. I feel like than I was with the boys, because I was always like worried about, oh my God, I gotta get the dishes done, and I have to do this and I have to do that. My house was a hurricane this morning, but now it's all clean and everything's okay. Just do little by little. The lack of sleep with me, with Noah, it was horrendous. And I think that's what added to baby blues, because I would have like the intrusive thoughts, and I think it was just all a combination of me not being able to sleep, adjusting to being a mom for the first time. It was a lot. But he started sleeping through the night, I believe it was close to a year, because we were giving him his bottle at night instead of like cutting it off a little earlier than after the year. Then with Blake, I cut it off a little before that, and he was sleeping through the night. He still sleeps straight through the night, which is good. Congratulations, happy for you. Thank you. My oldest is 6, so school and homework gets a little crazy. I know. My oldest is 5, and I'm so grateful that he gets picked up by my friends who are my coworkers. And so this is our routine in the morning. I wake up at 7, I feed them, I get them ready, and then my boyfriend takes them to school while I stay with the baby. Usually when he's on his way, I'm feeding her, or I'm pumping, because right now I'm pumping. We're doing a combination of formula and pumping, but she's drinking more breast milk than anything. So aside from everything, I'm pumping like I'm not trying to do it every 2 to 3 hours like I did, because that would just drive me crazy overnight. And good thing I'm not like leaking at this point. But I'm pumping like every 4 to 5 hours. So in the morning, while he's taking them to school, I'm feeding her, I'm pumping her, I'm changing her diaper, whatever it is. And they get to the daycare, and the daycare takes Noah to school. Blake stays there. In the afternoon, they go and pick up Noah, and then my mom picks both of them up by 4 o'clock. So Noah gets to do his homework over there. But there are times when there's like a lot of kids and they all have homework, and there's just 1 or 2 teachers who are helping all of those kids do homework. And I know like sometimes they miss stuff. So every time Noah gets home, I check his book bag, his folder, his notebooks, and um, I go and see if he did all his homework. Most of the time, he doesn't in school. There's times every now and then when I have to, like last night, I sat with him and he had to write 3 sentences using like sight words that he's learning. So it's tough, yeah, but you'll get through it. Hey Carmen, you look amazing. Congrats on baby 3. She's precious. Thank you. My hubby started a new position at work, so he'll be able to take my son to school while I stay with the baby. How old is your baby? You said 2 months? That's great that he'll be able to help you. I don't know. I think my coworkers, they offered to take Blake and Noah in the mornings if my boyfriend wasn't able to do it. But Blake freaks out when I don't go with him. Like I tried it 2 times. Now after she was born, we tried this before while I was pregnant because there would be days where I just couldn't do it, and I would tell like one of my coworkers, "Can you please come and pick us up or pick them up and take them to school?" And she did it twice, and both times she was like, Blake was screaming his head off because I didn't get in the car. So I don't want to do that to them either. But I'm thankful that my boyfriend can take them every morning. Yes, my sons are now 34 and 25. And their baby and toddler years are such a blur. I was too busy and focused on taking care of them, cooking, cleaning, everything else, including working. I used to be a pediatric dental assistant, but I've been a stay-at-home mom for 6 years now, and it's harder, but so worth it. I wish I was more present. Aw. I feel the same with the boys. Like this time, I'm making it a point to be with her as much as I can. Speaking of which, she's wiggling around. So, what time is it? Okay, I think I'm gonna be on here till 10:30, 10:40. I have a 6-year-old and a 2-month-old boys. Aw. I feel like, I don't know if it's a thing, but the boys were so much harder than she is. She is so calm. Like my mom, when she saw me like with my boys as newborns, she was like, what the heck is happening? Like you girls, because she had me and my sister, 2 girls. So she's like, you girls never cried all night long for milk. You girls weren't this fussy. Like, is it a girl and boy thing? Because they were horrendous. They're still like yelling right now if you can hear them playing around. But once they go to sleep, they're good. They go to sleep through the night. But she is like such a little angel. She sleeps so good. I don't mind waking up once or twice. The boys were waking up every 2 hours on the dot, especially Blake. Oh my God. I remember crying and feeling so tired. Waking up every night at 2 in the morning, at 4, at 6. It was like a little alarm. How is it adjusting to 3 children? Pros and cons. Like I said, right now I have it easy because they're going to school. Saturdays and Sundays are tough because the boys wake up early. And it's not like I'm not waking up early Monday through Friday. But I wake up early and I gotta stay up with them. Because, I mean, I don't know what time my boyfriend's going to work tomorrow and Sunday. But if he goes to work later, I'm sure he'll... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure he'll stay up with them in the morning for a little. I am allowing a lot more TV time than I used to. but sometimes I have to. Like, I was putting laundry away while they were both sitting here together watching like the end of Little Rascals. Um, we were all sitting here together in the living room. I was putting away the laundry, and then she had her little poop explosion, so I had to shower her really fast. They're coming out of the room. Go to your room. Okay. Help him. He helps him to turn on the light. They're just doing it to come out of the room. I already know those two. But on the weekends, it's a lot more difficult because they're here the entire day. And they're in the age right now where they're fighting about everything. And it drives me nuts. Blakey! They like to mess around before bed. Good night. I love that Blake is like obsessed with her. He comes from school and he went straight to her room and he was like, "Where's baby Leia? I want to see baby Leia." Very, very sweet. Noah, like I said earlier in the other live, he's like been there, done that. He'll like go and kiss her every now and then, rub her head, but he just does his own thing. But he's super helpful. Like right now, Blake needed help with just turning on the light because he doesn't reach it, and you don't have to tell him twice. He'll go and help him out. Yeah, that's what I'm going through. Every 2 to 3 hours he feeds. Oh. He'll be over that soon. As soon as he starts eating solids, you'll be good. He'll wake up less during the night. Many congrats, Carmen. You are definitely superwoman and supermom. Thank you. I'm having my first boy in 4 weeks time, so I really hope what you're saying doesn't apply to all boys. I'm sure it doesn't. My mom said her boys are easy, whereas us girls were difficult. I guess it's also like the temperament of the child because Blake is a little spunky and he was terrible at night. Congrats, Brooklyn. You seem to sail through Leia's pregnancy, birth and post-birth. Amazing. Let me tell you, this little girl. So such an exciting time for your family. Congrats. Thank you, Chloe. I'm sorry, I'm just like watching her. Full of admiration for you. Congrats, Mama. She's beautiful. Thank you. Do you get more support from your life partner? Yes. It's like a switch just happened overnight where he is being, I don't know if it's because he's heard a lot of postpartum stuff. Like in the hospital, they made it a point. Like, they spoke to us like 3 times about postpartum depression, and I can tell like that kind of like when he hears about that, it kind of like sets him back, and you can see him like his wheels turning. But he's very, very, very understanding. Not that he wasn't before, but I feel like now his temperament has calmed down a lot. He's super gentle and sweet. Like I said, not that he wasn't before, but now it's like at another level. He's all over her. Like today, I was holding her in the morning. He had to go to work at like 2, and he was like, "Let me hold her. I go to work at 2," and he was with her all morning. He cooks for us, for me and him, breakfast. This whole week he's been cooking breakfast and dinner. He's yesterday after dinner he made brownies with the boys. When was it? The day after she we got back home Friday. I think Saturday or Sunday he took the boys to the city. Um so that I can just like have a moment to rest and be with her. But yeah, he's super helpful. Congrats. Now we can't say you and the boys anymore. Nope. My hubby already wants another baby. I told him I'm still healing from my C-section. Yesterday he told me I can do this again. Leia's making it too easy on him. I know he wants another one. And I know that the boys aren't his, but he treats them like his. But I feel like it'll never be the same. But I tell him, like, I can't do this again. I cannot. Let me try to fix her a little. Hold on. Oops. I don't want to drop you. She went back into the same position. mm. How does it feel to have a life partner in your corner? It feels so good to have someone so supportive, who's obsessed with their child, and just does whatever to help me feel better. Like, doesn't even let me take out the trash or do anything. Like, last night I wanted to do it just to like step out for a second, and he was like, "You're not taking the trash as long as I'm in the house." How often does Leia feed right now? How much sleep are you getting a night? So she's feeding every 3 hours, every 3 to 4 hours. She'll have 2 ounces. She eats very little, but the doctor said it was okay. Um, at night, she'll wake up maybe once or twice the most. The doctor told us to wake her up because they can't, their sugar levels like will spike down if they spend too much time without eating, and that's not good for the baby. So she'll wake up like twice to eat. But she's a great sleeper. Sounds like a great life partner. You certainly have overcome so many life obstacles and turned your life around towards the success. It is many, many congrats. Thank you. He sounds truly amazing. So glad he's stepping up more. Definitely time to put a ring on that finger. I'm so happy for you, Carmen. That's great. He sounds wonderful. Would you give him another one? I don't think I can. I do not think I can. I'm ready to tie my tubes. Like, as soon as I have my appointment with my doctor, I already spoke to her. She came to discharge me at the hospital. I'm sorry. Oh. And when I spoke to her, I was like, when we get back, we're going to talk about that. And she was like, yep, no problem. And she told him, like, she was like, have you thought about getting a vasectomy? He's like, no, I don't want to. And I was like, then I'll tie my tubes because I don't want to do this again. I feel like this pregnancy wasn't so easy. I feel like Blake's was harder, but I was definitely uncomfortable. Take your time. It's your decision to decide on a fourth pregnancy. You know what you and your body is capable of. I cannot. I don't want to. You seem so cool. Hard to imagine you have just given birth. Took us 5 years for my first and 3 years for my second, and I'm going to be 37 this year, so I'm not sure if I'm ready for number 3. But I don't want to be 40 and pregnant. Oh, yeah. Me and my partner are on the same page, and this is our last baby, and he's going to for the snip. Well, that's good that he's on the same page as you. She's wiggling around now. Sterilization is so final. I would go down the road and get the right contraception. I'm final. That's my final answer. I don't want to be taking birth control, none of that. And I also don't want to be risking it and play games with that. No, no, no. So let's go on to my birth story really quick because it was the fastest one out of the 3. You're too young to think this way. Wait a few years before deciding. My lips are so dry. I should go get chapstick and fix her again. Hold on. Oh, okay. Mama, what are you doing? Okay. This right here is like the best chapstick ever. I don't even know how you call the brand. Lineage, whatever. I'm sure you guys have seen it at Sephora. So it's a lip sleeping mask. What's that nail color? Ew, they're so busted. They're like 3 weeks old. I'm not sure. I honestly just like pick a color and we go with it. Does Leia remind you of Noah or Blake as a baby? Neither one. Do you mean looks or how they behave? Because looks, I feel like she kind of has like Blake's cheeks and maybe nose a little bit. So I feel like she's gonna have my nose. She's smiling right now. But like I said, the boys just like didn't sleep at all. During the day they did, but then at night it was just terrible. So she's completely different in that aspect. Right now I can't tell. I feel like she's just so tiny and squishy still. I can't really tell. I feel like she looks a lot like her dad. As much as I don't want to admit it. Because he gets all like giggly. And he's like, that's my twin. But I do feel like she looks a lot like him. Leia's beautiful and lucky to have yourself. Your life partner, her 2 big brothers in her corner. Hi, congrats on your new baby. Thank you, Vicky. I'm definitely set in my decision. I cannot go through another pregnancy. It's too draining on my body. I feel the same exact way. Do you look back at how your life has turned around and admire how you have come through the hard times? Yes, I do. I do. They do say girls look like their dad and boys look like their mom. I feel like Noah looks a lot like his dad. Blake looks a lot like my dad. Well, hello again. Hi, Matt. My boys look just like their dad. Blakey looks like me. Aw. She's your twin. Hey, Matt. We have been supporting you all the way, Carmen. Happy times ahead. Blake is your twin. Yeah, I feel like Blake looks just like me. Okay, so let's get on to this birth story before she starts screaming. Orion, get down. Get down. Thank you. Pain in the butt. Sit. Sit. So, I had an appointment November 9th at 9:45. Yes, birth story. So my appointment was it at 9:45? No, it was at 8:45. Doctor got there at 9. So how is this recovery compared to with your boys? It's been the worst. But I'll get to that. So I had my appointment, and from 36 weeks on, every appointment she was checking me to see if I was dilated or if anything was happening. And she checked me that morning and she was like, "You are 2 centimeters dilated already." And I was like, "Woohoo!" Like the night before, I think I did a live, and I was feeling so many cramps. And the doctor told me, like, every time you feel all these cramps is because your body's like trying to get ready for it. So I guess that's what was happening the night before, because I was feeling a ton of cramps. So after she checked me, she was like, if you are not ready, if nothing's happening by I believe she said 18th, I was gonna get induced by the 21st or before that. She didn't want to pass the 21st. I'm sorry if I keep looking that way. I'm just staring at her because she's moving around. Ay, ay, ay. She just puts her head in these weird positions that do not look comfortable. I think I'm gonna grab her. Hold on. Oh, I'm so sorry, Orion. I just kicked him. Give me 1 second. Your bottle, baby girl. Okay, I'm back. I'm back with Leia. She's all scrunched up right now. Look, Leia. Little cheeky one. What? She's like, leave me alone. I'm still sleepy. Okay. So, she checks me. She told me about the whole inducing thing. If it doesn't work, I mean, if nothing happens, and she told me she can do a sweep that same day. And I was like, no, I just want to wait and see if things happen like on their own. I really don't want to like do anything to make me go into labor. So she said, okay, go home. Nothing happens, and I'll see you again next Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, the appointment was for the following Wednesday. So I go home. My boyfriend's like getting ready to go to work. At 11 o'clock, I start getting contractions. And I'm like timing it. I have the app. And from the very beginning, they were 2 minutes apart. And this went on for 2 hours. I call the doctor's office. Right before my boyfriend leaves, I was like, let me go into the bathtub and see if this goes away. And she's so knocked out. I get into the bathtub. He had to go to work at 12. So it was like 11:40, 11:30, 11:40. And he was like, are you sure you don't want me to stay with you? And I was like, no, go to work. He works like 5 minutes away during the week. So I was like, if anything, I'll just call you. You come back home. He was like, all right, let me know. So I called the doctor's office around 12:30. Oh no. It's okay. Oh no. I may have to hold you guys like this. Multitasking. Here we go. If you guys hear her gasping, she drinks milk and she constantly goes, like it scares the crap out of me. So I have to feed her basically like sitting up. Okay. So I called the doctor's office around 12:30 and they were like, are you not breastfeeding? This is breast milk. I'm pumping. I called the doctor. I won't look at my phone because you guys distract me. I called the doctor's office at 12:30 and she basically told me, oh, the doctor's with a patient right now, but I did speak to her and she told me to let you know to just like walk around for 2 hours, and if the contractions are still going on, to go to the hospital. And I was like, well, it's 12:30 and they've been going on constantly for an hour. So if it's still hurting for another hour, then I'm gonna go to the doctor's. To the hospital. She was like, okay, just give us a call when you start heading out. At 1:09, I texted my boyfriend and I was like, come home. I was having these contractions every 2 minutes still. They were lasting like 30 seconds each, but they were hurting so bad. And then by the time we got to the hospital, it was 2:40. And we walk in. I feel like at every point in our hospital stay, they were training someone. Like the lady in the front was obviously training because she was like confused. I got there and he was like, my girlfriend's having contractions. Can we get a wheelchair? That's usually the protocol. I don't know how they do it in other places, but with the boys, they always bring in out a wheelchair super fast and they wheel me up upstairs. This time she was on the phone and they were like, can she walk up? And I was like, no, I need a wheelchair. Because I was like, as she's on the phone, I was having a contraction. And they were like, no, she's having a contraction now. She can't really walk all the way over there. She's going to need a wheelchair. So they bring out the wheelchair. They take me upstairs. And when I go into the room, they're like, change. We're going to get your IV. Did you register? And we were like, what? They were supposed to register us at the front desk, and they didn't because, again, she was brand new. So they take my boyfriend downstairs. He grabs my ID, grabs my insurance. He was down there for like 5 or 10 minutes, and it felt like a lifetime. I kept asking, where's my boyfriend? And they were like, he'll be back. And I was in so much pain. So I just had time to change into my gown, get an IV in, which took forever, and they bruised me up all over the place, which is something that has happened in my 3 pregnancies. And basically, by the time I was laying on the bed, I was like, I have to push. And my boyfriend was like still not around because he was registering me. So when I said that, they were like, honey, you need to wait. We're going to put this IV on you. And I was like, I can't hold it. Like, It was just crazy. And by the time my boyfriend got into the room, he looked like he was in shock because the doctors are just putting everything on. They were pushing tables, doing this, doing that. And he walked into chaos. So he comes next to me. He's holding my hand. And literally, he walks into the room, drops the stuff, holds my hand, and I start pushing. Like, if he would have been gone for another 5 minutes, he would have missed it. I pushed during 3 contractions, and she was out. So we got to the hospital at 2:40, and by 3:09, she was born, which is insane. I had a 2nd-degree tear, so I did get stitches. So that's what's like bothering me the most. Or it has in the past 2 days. I've been feeling a lot better. But it has been a lot more painful than it was with the boys, like recovering. I feel like my back is hurting. Everything is like hurting. But yeah, guys, that was my birth story. I had her in like half hour. It took 3 contractions and she was out. No, I had no time for epidural. My boyfriend stood next to me and I was like, there's no time. And he's like, no time for what? And I was like, they can't give me the epidural. And I started crying. But I did so good. She was born at 3:09. She was 7 pounds, 1 ounce, 20 inches. What happened, Orion? It's the boys, right? You hear them? I know. Let me look at your comments. Your daughter used to do that when you fed her bottle. They told me that breast milk has some special stuff in it. I can't remember the name for newborns to get the essential stuff they need right after birth. Yeah, colostrum. Yep. They call it liquid gold. They push you so damn fast. Wait, what? I totally missed a lot. Last time I saw your videos, you were barely single for like 2 months. Oh my God, so nice to see you doing great. Thank you, Brenda. Missed a lot, Brenda. Has a newborn baby girl. Oh, amazingly short labor. Is it because she is your third? So the body is used to labor? I think so. Because when they put the IV, they're like, Mom, how many kids do you have? And I was like, 2. She's my third. And like the second I said I have to push, they were like, this is going to be fast. And they were right. Thank God. Do you not feel it was a good labor being so short apart from the tear? A lot of people tell me that, like, you're lucky it was so fast. But it just hurts so bad. Like, I wish I could have gotten an epidural, but at the same time, I'm happy, like, things happened the way they did. Oh, hi. She's so happy now. You're not done, Mama. Are you done? I'm stuck here. Okay. Sorry, guys. I may have to end it now because I have to burp her. You had such an easy labor. You're so lucky. Maybe you'll have an easy one too, Brooklyn. You're lucky she had to have a C-section with Blakely. Oh, man. Did it help knowing what to expect? Not really, because I don't know. I don't feel like it because every pregnancy and delivery is... Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I just pulled out my thing and dropped my phone. Sleepyhead. I gotta burp you. I feel like every labor is just different. I'm so sorry. I'm all over the place. So if you had had the epidural, you feel you would not be in so much pain now? The reason why it hurts so bad, it's because I wanted to push fast, and they said the faster you get the baby out, the more you tear. So they were like telling me to, like, when I first said I need to push, they were like, no, 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 you have to wait, you need to relax, you need to breathe. And I was like, no, I have to push. And they're like, they kept, all of them, all the nurses and the doctor, they're like, no, you cannot start pushing fast right now, like, you need to relax. But your body, like, wants to do one thing and they're telling you another. So third time, lucky you got to experience a natural labor, feeling everything. Ugh. Good night, Oscar. Lay your phone on something while you burp her. There's like nothing around me. It's just like if I put it down here and blocking everything. There's nowhere I can put it on right now. Oh, she's smiling. Epidural wears off after a while, then you'll start feeling the pain. I loved it with with Noah. I felt I had like the most amazing, easy birth. Like, I feel like nothing hurt me. Face it against the cup. Could you tell from the pregnancy bump before Leia's sex was revealed that she was female in the womb? No. No, we couldn't tell. Yeah, just leave your phone on something. I can't. There's nothing around me. I'm on a little recliner. Oh, tearing the ureter wall. I thought you should trust what your body wants you to do. Maybe you were pushing with your body stress rather than relax. Oh. Little chunker. She has really long fingers. Uh-oh. Look, one last time. My little mama. She's so precious. Thank you, Blue. You're very chilled and relaxed. Thanks. Congrats, Carmen, on your beautiful daughter. God bless her. Thank you. Girls go through a lot. Props to y'all. Yes, we do. Look at the long fingers. Well, yeah, guys. I'm going to go burp her. And there's more to the story. Things that happened after, which I'll talk a little more about in the next live. But thanks for watching. And I'll see you soon. I'm not giving any dates or times because, there's a lot going on here. Look at this. She's so peaceful. But yeah. I'm gonna go burp her and see if I can put her in her bassinet. I think she definitely looks like her dad, even though I don't know what he looks like because I don't see much of a resemblance with you to the way I do with Blake. Blake was the same. Like, I feel like Blake didn't. We both felt like Blake didn't look like either one of us, but now that he's big, he definitely looks like me. Good night. Glad we got to see her again and you. Good night, guys. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you in the next video. Oh, she got scared. Oh. Okay. Bye, guys.